Using a three-way switch with a three-way dimmer offers certain advantages, including convenience. It allows controlling a light from two locations using only one dimmer, removing the need for two individual dimmers. Secondly, cost is often a factor. Purchasing a single three-way switch and a three-way dimmer is usually cheaper than buying two separate dimmers. Thirdly, less wiring is required. A three-way switch and dimmer combination generally requires less wiring compared to using two separate dimmers, simplifying the installation process. Fourthly, aesthetics can be improved. Having one dimmer instead of two can offer a cleaner and more visually appealing look. However, there are also disadvantages. Firstly, control is more limited. Using a three-way switch with a dimmer restricts control over the light when compared to using two separate dimmers. For example, fading the light from one location while independently dimming it from another is not possible. Secondly, buzzing can occur. If the three-way switch and dimmer are not fully compatible, buzzing or humming might occur when dimming the lights. Thirdly, compatibility issues might arise. Not all three-way switches are compatible with all three-way dimmers, so ensuring compatibility is crucial before buying. In summary, using a standard three-way switch with a three-way dimmer can be a convenient and cost-effective solution for controlling lighting from two locations. Still, it's crucial to weigh the potential limitations and compatibility concerns before making a decision. If precise control over the light is needed, using two separate dimmers might be a better alternative. When selecting dimmers and switches, check voltage and amperage ratings to confirm that they meet the circuit requirements. Typical residential circuits are 120 volts or 240 volts, and the amperage is usually 15 amps or 20 amps. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides guidelines on wiring practices and material selection to assure safe operation. Consult NEC Table 310.15 for proper conductor and capacity based on wire size and insulation type. Always de-energize circuits before working on them to prevent electrical shock. For example, if a circuit is rated at 15 amps, the total load in the circuit should not exceed 80% of the breaker's capacity, or 12 amps, to avoid nuisance tripping. When connecting wires, use appropriately sized wire connectors and ensure they are securely fastened to prevent loose connections, which can cause arcing and overheating. Grounding is vital for electrical safety. Ensure that all metal enclosures and equipment are properly grounded to provide a path for fault current in case of insulation failure. Grounding helps prevent electrical shock hazards. Use a multimeter to test for voltage and continuity when troubleshooting electrical circuits. This ensures that the circuit is de-energized and that there are no unexpected voltage drops or open circuits. Always follow local electrical codes and regulations when installing or modifying electrical systems. Local codes may have additional requirements beyond the NEC. It is best to hire a licensed electrician for complicated electrical work, especially if you are unfamiliar with electrical systems. Working with electricity can be hazardous, and a professional will ensure that the work is done safely and correctly. Also, confirm that the dimmer you choose is compatible with the type of light fixture you intend to use. Some dimmers are designed for incandescent bulbs, while others are designed for LED or compact fluorescent lights. Using the wrong type of dimmer can cause flickering or premature bulb failure. Consider the lighting load when selecting a dimmer. Dimmers have a maximum wattage rating, and exceeding this rating can damage the dimmer or create a fire hazard. Choose a dimmer with a wattage rating that is sufficient for the total wattage of the connected light fixtures. Also, test the dimmer and switch combination after installation to ensure that they function correctly and that there are no buzzing or humming sounds. If you hear buzzing or humming, try a different dimmer or switch to see if the problem resolves. Make sure that all wiring connections are tight and secure. Loose connections can cause arcing, overheating, and electrical hazards. Use a torque screwdriver to tighten the screws and the terminals to the manufacturer's recommended torque specification. Also, make sure that the electrical box is properly grounded. A properly grounded box provides a safe path for fault current in case of insulation failure. Inspect the wiring regularly for any signs of damage or wear. Replace any damaged wiring immediately to prevent electrical hazards. When working with electrical circuits, always wear appropriate personal protective equipment, including safety glasses and insulated gloves. This will help protect you from electrical shock and other injuries. If you are unsure about any aspect of electrical work, consult a licensed electrician. Electrical work can be dangerous, and it is always best to err on the side of caution. Firstly, consider the type of lighting you are controlling. Dimmers are designed to work with specific types of light bulbs, such as incandescent, LED, or CFL. Confirm that the dimmer you choose is compatible with the type of bulbs you are using. Secondly, determine the total wattage of the lights you will be controlling with the dimmer. Dimmers have a maximum wattage rating, and exceeding this rating can cause the dimmer to overheat or fail. Confirm that the dimmer's wattage rating is sufficient for the total wattage of your lights. Thirdly, check the voltage of your electrical system. Most residential electrical systems in North America are 120 volts, but some systems may be 240 volts. Ensure that the dimmer you choose is compatible with the voltage of your electrical system. Fourthly, confirm that the dimmer is compatible with the existing wiring in your home. Some dimmers require a neutral wire, while others do not. Check your wiring to confirm that you have the necessary wires for the dimmer you choose. Fifthly, read the dimmer's instructions carefully before installing it. The instructions will provide detailed information on how to install the dimmer safely and correctly. Sixthly, turn off the power to the circuit before working on any electrical wiring. This will help prevent electrical shock. Seventhly, use a wire stripper to remove the insulation from the ends of the wires. This will help ensure a good connection. Eighthly, connect the wires to the dimmer according to the instructions. Make sure the wires are securely connected and that there are no loose ends. Ninthly, mount the dimmer in the electrical box. Make sure the dimmer is securely mounted and that the cover plate is properly attached. Tenthly, turn the power back on to the circuit and test the dimmer. Confirm that the dimmer is working properly and that the lights are dimming smoothly. Also, consider the desired dimming range. Some dimmers offer a wider dimming range than others. If you want to be able to dim your lights to a very low level, choose a dimmer with a wide dimming range. Another consideration is the style of the dimmer. Dimmers are available in a variety of styles, including rotary, slide, and touch. Choose a dimmer style that you find aesthetically pleasing and easy to use. Also, consider the cost of the dimmer. Dimmers range in price from a few dollars to several $100s. Choose a dimmer that fits your budget and meets your needs. If you are unsure about which dimmer to choose, consult a qualified electrician. An electrician can help you select the right dimmer for your needs and install it safely and correctly. When replacing a standard switch with a dimmer, make sure the new dimmer switch is compatible with the existing wiring. Older homes may not have a neutral wire in the switch box, which can limit your choice of dimmers. Also, check the amperage rating of the existing circuit to confirm that it is sufficient for the new dimmer and the lights it will control. Overloading a circuit can cause the breaker to trip or even start a fire. Dimmers are often used to create ambience and save energy. By dimming the lights, you can reduce energy consumption and extend the life of your light bulbs. For example, dimming a light bulb by 50% can reduce energy consumption by 40%. Dimmers can also be used to control the brightness of different zones in a room. This allows you to create different lighting effects for different activities. When installing a dimmer, be sure to follow the manufacturer's instructions carefully. Incorrect installation can damage the dimmer or create a fire hazard. If you are not comfortable working with electrical wiring, hire a qualified electrician to install the dimmer for you. Also, consider the type of load you will be controlling with the dimmer. Some dimmers are designed for resistive loads, such as incandescent bulbs, while others are designed for inductive loads, such as motors. Using the wrong type of dimmer can damage the dimmer or the load it is controlling. When selecting a dimmer, check its compatibility with different types of loads. Another factor to consider is the dimmer's heat dissipation capability. Dimmers generate heat as they control the voltage to the light. Choose a dimmer with sufficient heat dissipation capability to prevent overheating. Some dimmers have built-in heat sinks to help dissipate heat. Also, consider the dimmer's surge protection capability. Power surges can damage dimmers and other electronic devices. Choose a dimmer with built-in surge protection to protect it from damage. Some dimmers also have built-in overcurrent protection to protect against short circuits. When installing a dimmer, be sure to ground it properly. Grounding helps protect against electrical shock. Connect the dimmer's ground wire to the ground wire in the electrical box. Always test the dimmer after installation to confirm that it is working properly. Use a multimeter to check the voltage and current of the lights. Also, listen for any unusual noises, such as buzzing or humming. If you hear any unusual noises, turn off the power to the circuit and inspect the wiring. It is important to consider the type of light bulbs when deciding to use a dimmer switch. Firstly, incandescent bulbs are generally compatible with most dimmer switches. They dim smoothly and provide a warm, inviting light. Secondly, halogen bulbs also work well with dimmer switches. Like incandescent bulbs, they offer smooth dimming and a pleasing color rendering. Thirdly, LED bulbs can be more challenging to dim. Not all LED bulbs are dimmable, so it is important to confirm that the bulb is specifically labeled as dimmable. Furthermore, even with dimmable LED bulbs, the dimming range may be limited, and some bulbs may flicker or buzz at low dimming levels. Fourthly, CFL bulbs are generally not recommended for use with dimmer switches. Dimming CFL bulbs can shorten their lifespan and may also cause them to flicker or buzz. If you want to use dimming with CFL bulbs, confirm that the bulbs and the dimmer switch are specifically designed for this purpose. When selecting a dimmer switch, consider the following factors. Firstly, the type of load refers to the type of light bulb you will be using. Some dimmer switches are designed for incandescent bulbs, while others are designed for LED or CFL bulbs. Confirm that the dimmer switch is compatible with the type of bulbs you will be using. Secondly, the wattage rating refers to the maximum amount of power that the dimmer switch can handle. The wattage rating of the dimmer switch should be greater than or equal to the total wattage of the light bulbs you will be controlling. Thirdly, the dimming range refers to the range of brightness levels that the dimmer switch can provide. Some dimmer switches offer a wider dimming range than others. Choose a dimmer switch with a dimming range that meets your needs. Fourthly, the features may include things like preset dimming levels, fade-in/fade out functionality, and remote control. Consider which features are important to you when selecting a dimmer switch. Fifthly, the style of the dimmer switch should match the decor of your home. Dimmer switches are available in a variety of styles, so you can find one that complements your existing fixtures. When installing a dimmer switch, follow these steps. Firstly, turn off the power to the circuit at the breaker box. This is important to prevent electrical shock. Secondly, remove the existing switch from the wall box. Thirdly, disconnect the wires from the existing switch. Fourthly, connect the wires to the new dimmer switch, following the manufacturer's instructions. Fifthly, mount the dimmer switch in the wall box and secure it with screws. Sixthly, replace the cover plate. Seventhly, turn the power back onto the circuit at the breaker box. Eighthly, test the dimmer switch to confirm that it is working properly. If you are not comfortable working with electrical wiring, hire a qualified electrician to install the dimmer switch for you. It is always better to be safe than sorry when working with electricity. Consider smart dimmer switches that can be controlled remotely via a smartphone app or voice assistant. This can add convenience and energy savings to your lighting control system. Smart dimmer switches can also be programmed to automatically adjust the lighting levels based on the time of day or occupancy. Always follow the manufacturer's instructions and local electrical codes when installing or using dimmer switches. Incorrect installation or use can create a fire hazard. If you are unsure about any aspect of dimmer switch installation or use, consult a qualified electrician.